Hey everyone, so I'm going to be setting up this 36-gallon boat front tank, and here are some tips on when you set up a tank. First one is make sure it is on something sturdy, such as an aquarium stand. This tank came with the stand, so that's what I'm going to be using for this one. But for like my 29 here, it is on a dresser, a nice sturdy dresser. So make sure it is on something sturdy that can hold up the weight. Even a 10-gallon tank can weigh over 100 pounds when fully set up. Next piece of advice is make sure it is in a spot that is, of course, not gonna get knocked into, especially if you have kids or you have pets. Make sure it is kind of off to the side where it is still can be enjoyed, but not knocked into. Nobody wants a tank of water getting broken and spilling everywhere. I mean, even a couple gallon beta tank being knocked over and 2 gallons of water, 3 gallons of water going everywhere would not be fun to pick up. Especially when you have a bigger tank like this 36 gallons of water on the ground would probably ruin your floor. So make sure it is somewhere it's not going to get knocked into. Next is make sure it's not too close to a window. You do not want sunlight getting into your tank, and then that can cause algae to grow, and it can cause actually, if it's too close to a window, during winter time it could cool down your tank. Summertime could actually heat up your tank. And you probably have more issues with the heating it up during the summertime, because during wintertime, if you have a heater in there, it shouldn't matter as much. But if it is summertime near a window, and it could make your tank way too hot, especially depending on where you live. Then, maybe the fourth piece of advice here is with the gravel. I'm going to be using this Starry Night gravel from Walmart. Make sure you rinse it out, because you do not want to put your gravel in there, adding the water, and then have all the grime and dust come out of it. So make sure you rinse out your gravel before you add it into your tank. Next piece of advice is with the silicone. I mentioned this multiple times in other videos, but is to make sure your silicone looks good. You do not want there to be gaps in your silicone. Make sure it is all nicely sealed, because again, you do not want to set up your tank just to have it start leaking on you or even break on you a day or two later, because that would be very, very bad. And then going along with that too is make sure your glass is not chipped. A year or two ago, I had this 65-gallon tank, and the piece of glass was actually chipped. I did not have the tank for very, very long, so thankfully it did not shatter or anything. But too big of a chip could cause issues, especially down the road. So make sure your silicone and your glass is good and not chipped. Make sure your silicone is not missing chunks of it, because you do not want water leaking everywhere again. So yeah, those are some pieces of advice when setting up an aquarium. Of course, there are more, but those are some big ones. So thank you all very much for watching. As always, I really do appreciate you. Hope you have a good one. I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.